Welcome to the Retirement Income Show alongside Troy Sharpe. I am Mark Elliot. Troy, of course, the CEO and founder of Oak Harvest Financial Group. Troy is a certified financial planner. Oak Harvest, located at 920 Memorial City Way, right off I-10 and Bunker Hill. You can always go to the website to find out more. That is oakharvestfinancialgroup.com. Great information there. And you can find out about Troy and the team as well, oakharvestfinancialgroup.com. You can always go search for Troy on YouTube. Over 100 videos on there. Search for Troy Sharpe, Oak Harvest. You subscribe, there's no cost. And you can kind of delve into any area of retirement and financial world that you'd like to learn more about. There's a lot of moving parts when you get to retirement. There's a lot of things you've got to think about and prepare for when it comes to your retirement. So if you have any questions about anything Troy talks about today, you'd like to learn more, or, hey, Troy, I've got a question about this that we didn't touch on, Troy can certainly help. 800-822-6434 is the number. No cost to chat with the team. 800-822-6434. Troy, we know how important Social Security is for those that's going to be a big, big part of their retirement. But I've heard that more the affluent are taking Social Security way more serious than they did, say, a decade ago. That now they're really going, I need to plan for this and take it the right way. Because I think earlier, maybe 10 years ago, Social Security, wow, it's just something to play with. Do you find your clients are taking Social Security more seriously?
Well, I can't say that I see that from our clients because, for years and years, we've stressed the importance of Social Security planning. And when you talk about Social Security planning, it's also tax planning because when you take Social Security, impacts your tax strategy. Most people just think, okay, a lot of people believe that the best time to take Social Security is simply when I retire or when you retire. For many of you, that might be the right strategy. For many of you, that is the complete wrong strategy. But the reason I say it's part of your tax strategy as well, because once you turn Social Security on, if you're married filing jointly and your income exceeds $44,000, by the way, these thresholds or these tiers have not changed since, I believe, 1993, possibly 1983.
1983 is when they decided, okay, we're going to tax Social Security up to 50%. 93 is when they said we're going to tax Social Security up to 85%.
So the Greenspan Commission under Reagan in 83 created the Social Security taxable because they gave multiple choices. So the government does a study, and they come out and they say, yes, Social Security is insolvent. It's going to be bankrupt at some point in the future. It's only going to be able to pay out a certain amount of benefits. So one of the Greenspan recommendations in this commission that Ronald Reagan set forth was you can either have a means-tested Social Security program. The average reduction in Social Security benefits, if they chose that route, was going to be about 13%, if memory serves. Or we can tax everyone's Social Security if their modified adjusted gross income surpass these certain thresholds. So if you're married filing jointly, less than $32,000 in between $32,000 and $44,000 of modified adjusted gross income, then 50% of your Social Security is subject to income tax. If you cross over $44,000, 85% of your Social Security is subject to income tax. Now, this $32,000 to $44,000 threshold, you use a calculation called your provisional income. Ultimately, it's your modified adjusted gross income plus 1/2 of your Social Security benefits. So, long story short, when you take Social Security, the reason why it's part of your tax plan is because for a lot of you who have done the right things and saved up money inside those tax-infested retirement accounts for years, you have $800,000, you have $1 million, you have $2 million, you've worked, you've done the right things. And trust me, if you're listening to this and you're 20 years old, 25, 30 years old, and you think, I'll never have $1 million, I'll never have $2 million, 99% of the clients we work with did not inherit their money. All they did was they went to school, they saved their money throughout 30, 40 years of their working career, participated in the 401k, and took advantage of compound interest. It is not difficult to save up $1 million, $2 million inside your retirement accounts if you start saving at a young age. So the point is if you have all that money inside that retirement account, you better not think it's the best idea to simply kick the can down the road. For about 80 to 90% of you in that net worth range, it makes a lot more sense from our analyses that we've run year after year after year for thousands of families just like you to start strategically taking money out of those retirement accounts, whether that's a Roth conversion, whether that's spending down some of your non-IRA dollars and your IRA dollars in a combination. But if you turn Social Security on, now all of a sudden you can take less income out of your 401k or your IRA before you start to get into higher income tax bracket tiers. So when you take Social Security, needs to be a decision that's made in conjunction with an overall income plan and inside of a tax strategy. Now, this is how you optimize. This is really what you should be. If you have an advisor and you're paying them 1% to manage the assets, 1.25, whatever that number is, this is the type of planning that you should be receiving as part of that overall advisory fee. Maybe you're with a Fidelity or one of these cheaper firms that only is going to put you into some type of 60-40 cookie cutter portfolio that is the same as a million other people in the country. You're definitely not going to get any type of sophisticated planning from that type of service. So 1-800-822-6434, that is the phone number to call in. We are going to hop into income planning, more detail, more depth of tax planning on this next segment. But if you don't have a retirement plan that looks at managing risk, generating income, and then reducing taxes, the first 3 steps of our Retirement 360 process, give us a call at 1-800-822-6434. We're going to schedule a first consultation, see if you're a good fit for our services, what we do. If so, we'll move on to a second visit. And usually at the end of that second visit, people know if they want our help and they want us to put a plan together and have a relationship. But you have to pick up the phone. You have to give us a call, 1-800-822-6434.
Hey, we're just getting started on the Retirement Income Show with Troy Sharpe, the CEO and founder of Oak Harvest Financial Group. We got a lot to get to. Stay with us. We're back in 1 minute.
Hey, your friend Sean Hannity here. During these uncertain times with the market in constant flux, you need a financial professional with a steady hand who can help protect your assets and your important retirement. Now, that's why it is important that if you're concerned with your retirement income in particular, you work with someone that is conservative. And I don't mean conservative in politics, but more importantly, someone who is conservative when it comes to investing. And here in Houston, Troy Sharpe and his team at Oak Harvest Financial Group. Give them a call now, 800-822-6434. Look, we all want to preserve our wealth, but a great first step is to call Troy's team for a retirement income analysis. That's 800-822-6434. Call Troy Sharpe and the team at Oak Harvest Financial Group, 800-822-6434.
Oak Harvest Investment Services is a registered investment advisory firm. Troy Sharpe is an investment advisor representative and insurance professional. Investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal. Sean Hannity has been remunerated and is not a client.